Hey everyone, this is my Patreon proud reaction to the 13th episode of Persona 5 The Animation. Now, last episode, we pretty much finished off stuff with Kaneshiro, went to his palace, which was a flying magical bank of fake money, and just brought him down. He became some big fly in a giant metal piggy bank, but nothing we couldn't handle. Some of the better action we've seen in the show so far, really, with that. So it was pretty cool. I love the high fives we got between some of the characters, especially Anne and Makoto, of course. And speaking of Makoto, it was a big episode for her as well. She really took some steps to really come out of the shadow that she was in before and really come into her own. Basically saying no to the principal and all that, and just trying to become a more normal high school girl in general. So that was some great stuff to get into, as well as fixing things up with Anne. Because they had kind of some awkwardness because of the whole Shiho incident and all that. So yeah, it was a good episode for Makoto. She's one of the better characters in the show. I like her a lot. For several reasons. Anyway, let's get into it. Let's see how the episode goes. 3, 2, 1, play. We have a cloudy sky. That's not a good start. Who? Okay, political stuff. Of course, it involves Akechi in some way. That fake humility. I like Naoto a lot more than this guy. And there he is. Of course. You're lucky he serves anyone, Akechi. Why do you think I'll talk to you? Of course, every supposedly smart character in anime has to have a thing for chess, because that, you know, shows how smart they are. Don't worry, I didn't put too much cyanide in there, so you might survive it if you're lucky. I mean, you do claim to be lucky after all. At this point, I don't think Akechi has any reason to believe that they're the Phantom Thieves just yet. Not sure, though. Yeah, because you're evil. I'm sure you are. Okay, that look, that's a maybe whether or not he knows he's a Phantom Thief, but probably. That's probably what that look is supposed to mean. Is that he knows that he is, but doesn't have evidence yet. Because even if he does figure out that they're the Phantom Thieves, he has no evidence. Unless he could confiscate the phone and tell them that that app was a metaverse app. But I don't know how he would really swing that. We already know exactly how they got, well, not exactly how. We know the general idea of how they got captured. They did the casino job, and then, you know, somehow the police got in there to arrest them, which would mean they were working together with Akechi. He probably just portaled them all in there because he probably realizes the only way to catch them is to catch them in the act, basically, because of the unique nature of how they do their crimes. So Akechi probably teams up with them, uses his metaverse app to get them all in there. I would be interested exactly how that conversation would have went, that whole thing. Because he'd have to explain to the police that, why he has a metaverse app to begin with, so. And what he's done with it. So I don't know. I don't know exactly how he would swing all that. But he's a smart guy, I'm sure he'll figure it out. Yes, they are. Every time I hear Maji Yabakune, however that's pronounced, I always think of Maid Dragon. Nice. Continue to do your part, Mishima. Okay, make sure to filter out all the hater comments. We don't need any of those. Yeah, why don't we yell about our secret stuff in school again? Well, not school, in public. That's for sure. I bet. You should probably worry a bit more than you currently are. Because of Akechi, there is a real risk here. And again, we know for a fact they get caught. Well, at least Ren does. He doesn't listen. Oh? With who? Most of your friends are already here. Oh, that sounds great. Of course Morgana would be up for that. Huh. Do you have plans together? Okay, so yeah, it is plans together. Yep, he had a change of heart. Nope. Yes, I have a feeling that you could get really close to the members, at least one in particular. Shido again. I mean, I guess we can do Yusuke social link stuff, why not? Menu. Yeah, that would be bad. Yeah, his entire worldview is getting kind of messed up, hasn't it? Yeah, anytime Ren is alone with someone, dealing with their problems, I mean, it's basically Scream social link stuff. I'm saying that in case anyone is just confused how I can tell when the social link stuff is happening when I haven't played the game. They just make it very obvious. I'm sure you can do that much. Oh, okay. I guess that explains why he would want a Phantom Thief as a bodyguard. Nobody else would really work. And Akechi being suspicious. No surprises there. Probably gonna watch them go into the metaverse and be stalking them. And then people ask him what's his inspiration for this painting. What's he gonna say? That's a mystery. But, you know, it's kind of similar to the internet in that way. Oh, something. Yeah, how dare you unearth my work? Punishment by death. Lamia. Oh, that's a nice persona. I'm a big fan of Lamia's. That does look really cool, actually. I like that a lot. I like the rose petal look kind of in the frame of it. The outer parts. But yeah, I think that looks really cool. That's desktop wallpaper worthy. Not that much of a compliment to a professional painter, but you know. We have our first critic. You watch your mouth, that's awesome. Well, I mean, desire is a pretty common human characteristic. It tells me... Don't listen to him, Yusuke. That painting is awesome. But if you want to go back to drawing nudes of Anne, you know, I won't complain. Be awesome. We finally got our Anne nude painting by doing Yusuke social link stuff. My card. Definitely an important guy. Of course, that much could be assumed. Yeah, we're definitely trying to get the most of our Yusuke stuff here. You could say that. Such as yourself. I mean, it sounds like a good deal on paper. Because that was kind of a concern for you. All the scholarship and all that. Okay, I think you might be going in the wrong direction if you want to get to him. Yeah, he's not happy about that. He doesn't want to view himself and his work as a product. He's very much an idealist. As soon as he started talking about handsome and all that, I knew this isn't gonna go well. He doesn't want to be a paint theme, but idol or anything like that. Akechi! It's great to see you. Not really. Batting together. I figured there'd be some sort of catch. I mean, it's not gonna be worse than Madarame, but... I lack proof, but allow me to slander someone anyway. You know, me being the person of justice. Yeah, so ow. Why are you bothering? Yeah, at the very least he suspects they're Phantom Thieves, even if he's not sure. Well, you're a Metaverse user, so you more or less are one. Conda. Is he drawing us? Drawing Ren? Because this is not the Anne painting I wanted. Oh, girl. Why are you guys in here? I guess I'll leave you guys to it. You're gonna get yelled at if you're not there for a better reason than this. The things Ren agrees to. You can't expect him to stay in that position very long, Yusuke. That's not reasonable. No, they didn't get yelled at. I guess they weren't there too long. It's on a boat. Okay, we're just going full on date now. I didn't think there'd be so much Akechi involved with this. That's interesting. Ah, that poor pencil. I mean, I didn't think Akechi would have social link stuff, but maybe he does. I don't know. Yeah, no, he need proof before he can get there. Basically, you're not even a police officer. Ah, Makoto. I like I like the cat petting. I'm sure the cat likes the cat petting too. I mean, I get desire. Like I desire you and Makoto to do lewd things together. I know that. Like desire to punch Kamoshida. Everybody has to have a goal. Well, it's not. You wouldn't be human without desire. It's about keeping it in check. I can see that. Back to mementos. Ren's like, yes, I'm totally paying attention. What were you saying again? The love of her child, I guess? Okay, hopefully we're through our slump now. I... Good luck. Ah, him again. I bet. What? Just... What were you hoping to accomplish with that? That was really random. Uh, there you go. That's the attitude. What are you doing? Oh, okay. I guess this was the point of it. Okay, plot twist. That's interesting. Yeah, I think it's too late to do that, man. The jig is up. Huh. Nice. So instead of painting the mementos as it was, this time he kind of put his more of his self into it. I guess that's a difference. I like the other one better though. That he was. Huh. Oh. Oh. Wow, that actually gave me chills. Okay, we've come to an agreement. Oh. I kind of figured that, I guess. I still like the other painting better. Of course, I'm not a painting connoisseur, so what do I know? Uh, I guess our friendship's really blossomed. So yeah, we really went deep into Yusuke's social link stuff this episode. It was interesting what they did there because they were trying to make it seem like he was a bad guy. Well, first they tried to make it seem like he's a good guy, just trying to help out Yusuke. And they try to be like, oh no, I think he's actually a bad guy. And then they're like, no, no, it's just his right hand man or whatever. He was the actual bad guy. So interesting how they did that. Not expecting Akechi to be so involved though. That was unexpected. It's also a pretty cool idea to go to Mementos and just paint what you see there. So maybe next episode we'll start to work on our next dungeon boss, Alice. Huh. Yeah. No, thank you. More than you know. I mean, like what you do. Yes. Still don't know what specific crime they're breaking though, or law they're breaking. You, you tell him, Ren. So that was the 13th, episode of Persona 5, the animation. And this episode, I mean, it was mostly the Yusuke stuff. He kind of ran into a bit of a slump because for his whole life he lived with, Madarame, and, he was painting because he enjoyed it and wanted to help out Madarame, who helped him out. So that was kind of his thing for a while, and he thought Madarame was, well, he looked up to Madarame. I mean, I can't say he thought he was a good person because, I mean, he kind of already knew what he was doing and all that, but he still was a man that took care of him all those years, so, he was still painting for him, part of it. The point is that once Madarame really revealed himself to be as bad as he was, and it really just kind of changed Yusuke as a person, a lot his view, at least his view on the world, and as a result, he couldn't really paint the same way he could before, so he pretty much enlisted Ren to help him out, at first just to be a bodyguard, but Ren kind of became more help than just that, as he usually does, helping people with their problems. But yeah, it was interesting going to Mementos and just like painting the vortex portal thing. That was a pretty cool idea. And eventually somebody came by that wanted to help out Yusuke. Yusuke did not respond too well at first because, I mean, he doesn't want to view what he does as just a product to be marketed and sold. He's very much an idealist, very pure, I guess you could say. So he wasn't up for that. But this stuff somehow got Akechi involved because I guess he suspected some wrongdoing of that guy and wanted to catch him, and kind of got Ren to help out with that. So it was a very weird triangle thing between all three of these guys with this, but in the end, he actually was able to figure out who it was, and I was really wondering what he was doing when he suddenly yelled out what he yelled out in the middle of the street to him. But it made more sense later on once I realized what he was trying to do. He was trying to rattle him so he would make a mistake so that they could catch him in the act, basically. So yeah, it makes more sense. I shouldn't have doubted you, Ren. You're a pretty cool protagonist, so I shouldn't have doubted you. I should have known you would have some real good idea about that. But yeah, it worked. So, good for him. We had a lot of Akechi and Ren stuff this episode. I don't know. It kind of reminds me a little bit of Light and L from Death Note, really. Whereas both sides see themselves as justice, but, one of them has to lose. And they're just playing chess back and forth because that's what smart people do. In the anime, they play chess. But, Akechi just, I am curious what he's thinking right now because I think he at least suspects Ren and his friends are the Phantom Thieves. I don't know how sure he is yet, but he definitely wants to get more evidence. I mean, he's clearly been stalking them and stuff, so he'll probably at some point see them go to either Mementos or a palace, and then he'll be like, yep, well, that confirms it. I mean, all he really has to do is hear Morgana talk and actually be able to see that as Morgana talking to realize they're metaverse users. That's all it would take. Because he made the mistake before because he didn't see Morgana talking, he just heard the talking, so he didn't know it was coming from the cat. If he actually talks with them directly and then sees Morgana talking as part of the conversation and them, understanding what Morgana's saying, then he'll be able to figure it out. I don't know if we've got that scene yet. I mean, we might have. Maybe it's one of those things you could easily miss if you're not really paying attention for it. So we could have already got that scene. Who knows? But right now it seems like he definitely suspects them as being the Phantom Thieves. Like, that much is for certain. And he probably just wants his evidence and is probably trying to figure out exactly what the best way to get that evidence is. That's probably where he's about right now. It's hard to say for sure because he's a pretty smart guy. He's not really going to let too much slip. That whole Morgana thing was like a once-in-a-lifetime mistake for him, really. A mistake that no one really caught on just yet, at least, so not that there's a lot of good. So, yeah, I'm just kind of skimming through the episode here. It was almost entirely Yusuke stuff, / Akechi stuff a little bit. I mean, we had the talk with Nijima Sai about the Phantom Thieves and hunting them down and stuff, so just now on that case, we had some stuff. We had some political stuff, with Shido, and some corruption stuff being exposed, and stuff like that, which is probably foreshadowing something. And that really was the episode. In the end, Yusuke really just made a choice for himself, and he'll do his best with it, basically. That's really all it came down to. And Ren decided not to be Akechi's assistant because that was never going to happen. Not in a million years, so yeah, that's kind of where we left off. Guess we'll see what happens next episode. Thank you for watching, and thank you Cnouki, as well as everyone else, for doing what you can to support the channel. It means a lot to me, and I hope we can continue to grow the channel together. If you want to do more to support the channel, then you can become a patron on my Patreon and get cool rewards like early access to certain videos. Have a good one.